How was it working with Busta? What was that process like? Was it just was it sending beats?
Always love with Bust.
Yeah.
You know, we go back to his first album.
Okay.
ELE. Was that his first album? No, The Coming was, right?
Yeah.
So his second album,
Okay.
ELE. I produced a song on there called What the F You Want.
Uh-huh.
After that, I did the Busta Bus remix. I worked on the Genesis album with him. You know what I mean? So me and Bus, we already have a relationship. You know, he's one of my favorite artists to work with.
Right. Now he was on your second album, which we gotta praise that too.
That's right.
Yeah.
This one right mother here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. See that?
Come on, baby. I'm up here for a reason.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, that record was crazy. Was that the first time he got on your record?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the first time, right?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
What else was on there? The Projects?
The Projects, the Hiatus.
The Hiatus? Yo,
You know what I mean? Mercury Funk with the Ball.
Yeah.
But you know,
my favorite
at that time, you got Vanessa Williams.
Right.
Who them boys? Who them four boys?
The Boys?
Not Brent. The four brothers.
Not the Boys.
Anyway,
Not the
I
Boys.
forgot their name, but you know, Mercury was doing a lot. Brian McKnight was over there.
Yeah.
Right.
They had me. They had Blase.
Yeah.
Blase.
You know,
Yeah.
They fumbled the ball with Black Sheep.
Yeah.
You know, shouts out to my man Bruce Carbone. You know, he was over there doing his thing, but everybody else was like, you know, it is what it is.
Right.
How did you get that deal in the first place? Because that's Big Boi. You know, that's Big Boi territory.
For Stunts Blunts,
Yeah.
I was producing some demos for artists that they wanted to sign.
Okay.
His name was Joe Control.
Okay.
Now Ron done one of the joints. So maybe about 3 weeks passed and they called me down there. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm going down there and get a check for these beats.
Right.
And the A&R's name was Brian Shin. He had just come over from Priority Records. And Brian was like, yo, we want to sign you. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Fell in my lap.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, yo, Dogs is the one that brought me down here. You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of crazy, but there's no way I was going to say no to that.
Right.
Is that the same Brian that signed Ice Cube on Priority? Is that the
No.
same? That's not the same?
No.
Okay.
This Brian Shin, he signed Special Ed.
Okay.
Did a lot of work with Howie T.
Okay.
Howie T, Roxanne.
Yeah. So that's how that came about. Like,
Okay.
I was doing somebody's demos and then they got at me.
That's
But
how
it's
it had-
crazy. They told dude, bring me down there.
Yeah.
But didn't tell him why.
Wow. So he brought you
So,
down
yeah,
there?
so, bring the producer down here next time you come.
Wow.
I think if they would have told him, dude might not have
Well, you
related.
would have never